Hey Cancer, welcome to September 2019. In September, we have a huge focus going on in Virgo. And for you, that brings the action to your mind, how you think and communicate. If you find yourself hyper-analyzing, let that go. Trust your instincts, because this will yield much better results for you than trying to have all the answers. Trust your life as it unfolds. Let go of any need to control outcome. And let go of any need to hyper-analyze, because if you do, it will exhaust you. Virgo rules this area of your life that has to do with your mind, and the spinal column is connected to the mind. So we can mentally exhaust ourselves and physically as well and overload our system. So it's really important that you're going with the flow of life and taking it as it comes, because there's many treasures here for you this month that will be shown by listening and being patient and not being in a hurry for answers. And if you find yourself questioning everything, don't be in a hurry for the answers. Sit with what comes your way. Be patient, because this is where the treasures are. You're going to find treasures in the silence. You're going to find treasures in the stillness. Now, on the 2nd of September, the Sun will couple with Mars. So this could be a day where you're really spinning out. So pay attention if there's a lot of chatter going on in your brain, or you're just thinking too much about things, or just trying to do too much. Be aware and drink chamomile tea. It's a wonderful, calming, natural method for calming ourselves, and it's good for us. Then the Sun will couple with Mercury on the 3rd. Now this could be an insightful day for you if you are listening and taking time to reflect, taking time to hear your inner being, your higher self, getting the cosmic downloads, and sitting with it. It's not a time for action. It's not a time where you have to know everything. And it's definitely not advisable to be controlling outcome. And when we do that, when we try to control outcome, it's really because we're afraid. We're not coming from love. We're coming from fear. So be aware if you're just trying to control people and family and relationships and situations and outcome, that you're not trusting in the flow of life. You're not trusting in your inner power to take good care of you. Because the truth is, you have the power within you to overcome any challenge in your life. You have the power within you to handle any adversity that comes your way. The power within you is greater than what is external. And there's a lot of Neptunian illusion in here this month. Venus will oppose Neptune on the 4th, and then the Sun will oppose Neptune on the 10th, and it's all sitting in the Pisces full moon on the 14th. Now the good news is the Sun is trining Saturn on the 6th, and Venus is trining Pluto on the 6th. So the way out is through listening, being patient, not being in a hurry, and letting the energies just flow right through you. Because if you're like desiring this perfection, then it could be very challenging, because there is no perfection. The perfection is in our imperfection. And what is perfection? Facts. real things that are factual. I guess that's perfect. So watch yourself if you're trying to perfect yourself or perfect what you're doing or perfect your ideas, and let that go. And move into the higher energy of Neptune, which is spirituality and creativity and compassion. Because there's going to be a lot of confusion this month with this Neptunian energy. Now, at the Pisces full moon on the 14th, we're going to see that because the sun is opposing the moon and Neptune is with the moon, opposing Mars and the sun coupled together. And Jupiter is squaring Neptune. So there is a lot of wishful thinking and fantasy thinking. And, you know, what is real? What is illusion? You're going to be doing this dance at the Pisces full moon in your thinking. You know, perfection is in the facts, in what is real. Imperfection is in fantasy. and so there's this tug of war going on with you between knowing what you know to be true and the facts. And they could be colliding because you could be experiencing like, I know this to be true, yet here's the facts that's being presented, and it can create confusion for you because you're trying to sort all of this out. Why not let it go? Instead of like having to have the answers here at this very illusionary moon, why not just allow for the answers to come in their own time? Because there's going to be a lot of hype out here in September because Jupiter and Neptune are making their final square. It goes exact on the 21st, but it's very much alive in the Pisces full moon on the 14th and the Libra new moon on the 28th. So we have to work with this energy, and it can create wishful thinking, it can create exaggeration. Some people will be exaggerating, and there could be very misleading facts. So we can think we've got the facts, and that's what's perfect to me, is knowing that this is the facts. And then we find out, oh my gosh, those weren't the facts at all. That was someone lying or someone exaggerating or overreaching. So be aware of the irrational exuberance that can come up during this time period and the illusionary energy. That's why it's like, go with your gut instinct. Go with, the body is the messenger. Go with what your gut tells you. And trust your intuition. Because your intuition will be much more helpful to you, and your instincts will yield you much better results. When you trust your instincts, this yields better results for you. So it's almost like the mind can be fooled this month, and your mind can be overloaded with this Virgoing need to be analyzing everything. Analysis paralysis. And to avoid that drama, the universe is suggesting, why not just ride the wave? If you find yourself questioning everything, don't be in a hurry for answers, because you could be doing that here, this first part of the month, where you're just like questioning everything. Do I believe, what they say on CNN? Do I believe what they say on Fox News? Do I believe what I just read on this blog? Do I believe what the readers are saying? Do I believe what Kelley is saying? It's okay for you to question. What the universe is saying is, if you trust your instincts, this will yield you much better results. And if you just sit with things and be patient, you're going to find the treasures that are unfolding for you. That there's treasures here for you this month and next month that are going to be fantastic. But it requires listening. It requires patience. It requires you to not be in a hurry, to kind of just be calm and take your time. Allow life to unfold organically and let go of any need to control outcome. And that will help tremendously. You know, because it's interesting here, we have the Pisces full moon, and it falls on Friday the 13th and Saturday the 14th. And traditionally, Friday the 13th is a day of betrayal. That is when the knights were murdered by the King of France and the Pope. And so there's this energy of deception and betrayal around Friday the 13th. So that's another reason why we want to just kind of sit with the energy and sit with things as we move through this first part of the month. Now, the good news is Pluto is in harmony with both lights. Pluto is trining the sun, trining Mars, and sextile the moon. And that gives us the ability to see through the baloney, to see through the games that people are playing, the lies that they're trying to heap upon us. We can see right through it. And that comes from listening. That comes from stepping back from having to know everything and just really listening and tuning into the body, because the body is the messenger. And your gut will tell you, he is lying, she's telling the truth. You know what I mean? Like you can decipher, or she's lying and he's telling the truth. We don't want to be sexist here. So it's very important for you to trust your inner knowing, your intuition, and your instincts, because they are going to be dead on in here this month for you, which is very good. And what's really interesting on the 14th is, so we have this full moon in Pisces, and then Mercury and Venus are sitting together in Virgo, and this is what's making you like, I gotta, analyze everything. Well, Mercury moves into Libra right after the full moon, and Venus follows him. And this is beautiful, because with Mercury and Venus in Libra, this makes the energy more peaceful, more tranquil, and harmonious, because Libra rules peace and harmony. And with Mercury, the messenger, in that energy of tranquility, and Venus, the ruler of Libra, going home to Libra, it's going to make relationships better too. And it's going to make our desire to be with people who are happy and conflict-free. We're going to want to be with people who are peaceful and fun and light and not creating drama, or not stirring the pot, not creating conflict and chaos. So it's very good that the planets are moving so quickly this month and moving into Libra on the 14th. Then Saturn stations direct. And this is good news too, because with Saturn moving forward, business, can be very, getting back to business, getting businesses to move forward, getting your business plans forward is very helpful. And then we're at the Jupiter square Neptune on the 21st. This is the last one, but we've had to deal with this in January. The first one was January 13th, and then June 16th. And June was crazy with all kinds of hype in the media and hype going on and overload of information. And we're back at that here again. It's a different twist on it, because we in the Virgo cycle, but it's still on. And so we have to be careful of deception. We have to be careful of this, wishful thinking. Jupiter Neptune is the two faces of exaggeration and hope and faith out of misleading facts. So the facts can be misleading, but yet we are keeping the faith about, oh, I'm really hopeful that this is just going to, be fabulous. It's just going to be fabulous and fabulous. Well, how do we know that? So do your homework. Do your research. Don't be in a hurry. Trust your instincts. See how it plays out. For you, it has more to do with work, at work, what's going on at work. And for some of you, you're going to feel really almost bored this month. You're bored with people this month. You're bored with people this month. And that could be it too, where you're just feeling like, oh gosh, I'm just so bored with everyone's drama, and I'm just bored with the politics, and I'm bored with, all the spin on things, because you're ready for a new challenge. You're ready to move forward. You're ready for a challenge that's exciting for you. And it's coming, because the sun enters Libra on the 23rd, and there we have the equinox. And the equinox is a power day. Equinoxes and solstices are power days. They shift the energies. They shift the planets, just like your sign, Cancer, is a power energy because it shifts the season. And this is another day where we could be tuning into the universe and listening. And it's a wonderful day to set your intention for what you want to create. In the northern hemisphere, we have fall. In the southern hemisphere, we have spring. What you want to create in this new season. Very important. And then you have the Libra new moon on the 28th. And this new moon is really interesting. Now, if you find yourself bored with people, it's okay. It's because you are ready for something new. You're ready for a challenge that is exciting and interesting for you. And that's where you want to be patient with the process, because it will come. It is coming. And Venus, who is the ruler of this new moon, is sextile Jupiter. And that's really good, because that is about opportunity. And for some of you, it can be a new exciting opportunity in your work, the work that you're doing. For some of you, it can have something to do with what you're doing in the home, because you are Libras when it comes to your home. And home is so important to you. And having it beautiful, and having it comfortable, and having it feel safe for you. So we've got a big focus here in Libra, with the new moon in Libra, Venus and Mercury in Libra. And then when we get into October, Mars will go into Libra. So you're really going to be energized at home. For some of you, it could be a new business that you're starting, something from home. It will be unique for each one of you, but you're all ready for a new challenge that's exciting and interesting for you and inspiring. And that's why it's important for you to be patient this month. But I like Libra because with all of this Libra energy, people want to create the win-win. They want to do the give and take. They're not just wanting to take, they want to give too. And with Uranus making this aspect, he's making what we call an inconjunct, but it's an awkward aspect. But he's the closest to the new moon, because the new moon's at 5 degrees and Uranus is at 5 degrees Taurus. And what the universe is saying is, for all of us, even though Saturn is really strong in here now, because he's direct, he's moving forward, with Saturn it's like, just stick with the tried and true. Well, the tried and true isn't working anymore. I mean, just take a look at the weather. Take a look at all the flooding going on. We need new solutions to, instead of just building on the same place where it's just going to flood again. We need new solutions. The same with just, overspending in the military. I mean, they had it, I just saw it on 60 Minutes where we're spending $1,300 on a toilet seat. A toilet seat. The military has too much equipment that they don't even use. All of that money could be going to job creation, infrastructure, and building communities. So we need new solutions, not the same throwing spaghetti against the wall and hope something sticks. Just pouring money into the military to make us safe. We're already safe. And we spend more money on the military than all the other countries on the planet combined. Yet we don't spend money on infrastructure. The bridges are falling down. You know what I'm saying? So we need innovation. We need new solutions. And that's why it's very important for you to be patient with your process, because you're getting this new start here with this Libra moon. And it could be like a brand new goal for you. Something that you've really always wanted for a really long time. And now it's being lit up for you. And so Uranus is saying, look, I can give you the insight into fixing problems. But we got to try something new. We got to do something new. We can't keep, I said it again, the definition of crazy is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. People keep building their homes right on the floodplains, right on the ocean, without putting up barrier walls and where the water can move back out like they do in the Netherlands. And so we need to listen to people that have solutions and have new innovative ways of tackling our problems. Immigration, well, the truth is, why we have all these people immigrating here is because we keep selling guns to all those countries down there. We keep selling guns into Guatemala and all these places where they're fleeing. Why don't we stop selling them guns? If we stop selling them guns, then the gangs won't be running everything and the people won't need to flee for their lives. So instead of blaming all the people coming here, why don't we take control of the NRA? Why don't we take control of all the places we're selling guns to so that those people are safe? New solution. Just my humble opinion. But this is what I'm saying, is that we are in a time now where we need to think out of the box. We need to innovate. We need to be creative. And you are being activated in a way where it's about you reaching a new ideal for yourself, a new way of making money for yourself, a new goal that can be very satisfying for you. So be open to what's coming your way, but don't be in a hurry to like, okay, I have the solution, or okay, it's this. Allow for it to unfold naturally, and there you'll find the treasures. There you're going to find the solutions to fixing the problems and the challenges that are happening in our lives, in our personal lives, as well as in our collective, because we are all in this together. Now, for those of you available for love, well, there is this beautiful love energy going on with Libra, and especially when Mercury and Venus move together into Libra on the 14th. So I would say the second half of the month, things really do open up for love. And, it could be somebody that's close by with you. It could be somebody that lives in the same community as you, lives near you. Or it could be someone at a distance, but you feel this beautiful energy with them. You feel a connection. And that's a wonderful way for you to explore and see yourself in a new light, see yourself in a new way, see yourself newly. So be open to love, be open to romance, be open to anyone that comes into your life that could have a gift for you, a treasure. Because when we get with new people, they bring out in us things that we may not have known, parts of self we didn't even know were there, which is a wonderful gift in itself. For those of you coupled, with Saturn moving forward in that area of relationship, that's very good. And Pluto is in harmony with the full moon and the Virgo planets, which is very good for a relationship. And maybe there's a project for those that are coupled to do together in the home, like something you want to do together in the home. Wonderful time to do it here in September, going into October. Absolutely, especially, the second half of the month in the Libra new moon, you could be initiating a whole new project in the home. That's very exciting for you. Career? What is it that you want in your career? What kind of challenge are you ready for? Do you want to start your own business? Do you want to move into something new? Do you want to take a class? Do you want to learn a new skill? Allow for the unfoldment of that. You don't have to take action this month. Just let it simmer and see what emerges as you move into October. But I see, things are status quo at work. I'm not seeing like any big drama there, or, you don't need to really make any major moves this month. Unless, you're all on your own unique path. This is a general forecast. So, the energy is really with you. It's a very personal month. It has to do with your thinking. It has to do with where you live. It has to do with what's going on inside of you. So there's a lot going on inside of you that is going to reveal itself in its own time. That's why it needs, for the universe is asking for you to trust your instincts and go with the flow. How is your health? You do have Jupiter in that area working for you. So, the best way to take care of your health is to not overanalyze things, not need to know everything, and not need to control outcome. What's me with the quotes? Who knows? So let go of that. Think of it this way: it's better for your health, and your wealth is in your health. The better you feel, the more you can achieve. And it's also important for you to love yourself properly. It is the greatest love of all, is to love you. And it's not loving to you when you're pushing yourself because your brain won't quiet down. Breathing is very good for that too. Of course, exercise and chamomile tea. Spiritually, this is a very strong month for you spiritually. And there's power days throughout this month where the universe is really talking to you. On the 3rd, when the sun couples with Mercury. At the full moon on the 14th. A wonderful day to do a meditation. On the equinox, equal day, equal night. Power day. And then the Libra new moon. A wonderful time to set your intention for what you want to create in this cycle of Libra. And dialing into the universe, especially at the Pisces full moon, which is in a very spiritual part of your chart. Wonderful time. And Pisces is your sister sign. It does harmonize with you. So the more you listen to your intuition, the more you trust your instincts, the better you're going to feel, the better you're going to do. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, favoring, and sharing my videos. Cancer, you're rocking awesome. And thank you for subscribing. You totally rock. And until next time, Cancer, be patient. Sit with what comes your way. There you're going to find the treasures.